You have the power to...
Hi. So, just doing my daily grind on Dreamlight Valley, trying to get as many moonstones as I can before the Star Path updates. Okay. So we have got nothing over here. We already got that. We're good. So nobody's been talking to me. None of the characters have been talking to me lately. And darn it. Okay, so I thought I did this earlier in the day, but that's not done yet. So maybe I did it in the afternoon. Dang. Okay, if not, I'm gonna have to go and end this, if I can't find what I'm looking for, I'm gonna have to, end the stream and make another one later today. Oh, I just realized that might be on the video. And I don't want that to be on the video. Comfy pink hoodie. I mean, I don't mind. I just haven't asked them if it's okay if their video is in my background, So just in case. Yay! Okay, so we are quickly approaching 4,000 moonstones. Problem is that, okay, so we need 3,750 if Prince Eric's ship comes back. And God willing it will. So we need that for Prince Eric's ship. And then on top of that, we need on top of that, we probably need 2,500 moonstones for the Star Path. And then, who knows how much for, like the surprise, like this past Star Path had a surprise Wally, Dapper Wally thing. So, I don't know how many I'm gonna need, but, oddly enough, my pictures have been doing pretty good on the, on the dream snaps, so I'm not really worried too much. And I think that's kind of funny because I just put them together, like I went up to, I think the last two pictures I went up to the Moana room in my house and just put it together. No big deal, no fuss, no muss, didn't spend hours on it. There's a whole bunch of people who spend hours on them. And I'm like, why would you do that? But that's important to them, so, okay. I mean, it's important to me to, put together a picture, but, if it does good, it does good, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's okay. Seems like you get, some moonstones either way. So, I'm good. As long as I get moonstones or something. But I would rather get moonstones, personally. Ooh, that's not what I meant. What did I get? What did I get? I just got a coin, but still better than nothing. I've been looking at some of those pictures that people submit, and some of them, it's like they don't think about the lighting, and, so it doesn't catch my eye as much because it's a dark picture, or it's not, the way that I would have done it. Like, one of the pictures, it was just, it was like they were trying to do an old-time picture, and I don't think I liked that one as much as the other one, but I kind of wish that they would give us, like, more than 2 pictures at a time, because sometimes it's like you don't like either one of those pictures, but then you gotta choose one of them because it won't let you see any more pictures until you do. So then it's not really fair. I don't know. That's just how I feel. See, if this one had... I don't know what time I did it yesterday. I might have waited until my husband got home to do this. But I thought I was doing it during the day, so... not sure. So I had some cardboard pictures yesterday that I realized went in Vanellope's room. I mean, the Wreck-It Ralph room. And I was like, oh no, did I put them over here in the Wally area? No, I had not. It was, perfectly okay. But I was worried for a moment there. So, I hear that the next star path may be... what's up with this? I don't remember there being a snow mound there before. Anyway, I hear the next star path may be based on Halloween, which makes sense. But I've also heard, like, Belle and Beast are supposed to be showing up, and I've heard that sometime we are supposed to get Rapunzel and I think Flynn Rider. I would be really upset if we got Rapunzel and didn't get Flynn eventually. They don't have to come in at the same time, but I really like Flynn also. So yeah, I think I would get I think I would get upset if they didn't come at the same time. You know, they don't have to be like, you know, coupled like Simba and Nala. I mean, I would like it if they were, you know, together, but... And then the question becomes, now that I think about it, is it gonna be Rapunzel with the blonde hair, or is it gonna be Rapunzel with the brown hair? Yeah, good question, huh? So, so since I've come up with this interesting question, I wonder. It's 1, 2. Oh, it's that one. Okay, so that's 2. Ooh, we'll check that out in a moment. 3. Hi, peoples. 4. So, I think my sister's figured out the problem that she was having. 4. She's still having trouble with the shrimp though. 5. 6. 7. Not what I was trying to do. 8. Okay, I got 8. 8, 8, 8, 8. There's usually 10. Oh, well, they can be over there. Okay, they're not up there. They can be over there. 9. Dang. Okay, so there's usually 10. Oh, there it goes. 10. Okay, I do got a question though. How come over here the fish look a little more 2D from certain angles?
Oh, I'll help you in any way I can. Trust me.
I don't need you to help me. I just need you to scoot over. There. Okay, so... Well, let's go see about the dark wood. If I have to make 2 different videos, then I have to make 2 different videos. I didn't want to have to make 2 different videos. See, the idea is to make 1 video for the daily grind. And, you know, 1 video a day for the daily grind. And that way you're seeing what I'm doing. And then when I go and do the star path, you know, I'll be streaming and videoing a lot more. I may end up... Okay, so I didn't actually use that Okay, so I didn't actually take the Roblox video that I was gonna take and break it up into 15-minute increment. 15-minute pieces yet. I'm probably not going to, but it did end up being a pretty long video. The others were about 20 to a half an hour. I get into playing and it's mega hide and seek, so it keeps going and going and going and going. And I guess it refreshes between sessions, so like if somebody had to go, it goes and changes the person to, it fills in the gap with a new person. So we're at 424 out of 900. That's like, wow. And the reason why that's wow is because we have not, excuse me, let's try that over again. We only have 4 trees. We have one in Glade of Trust, where we're just at. We have one here in the Sunlit Plateau. Oh no!
Are you sure you're strong enough to handle yourself
Oh,
out here?
wrong thing. Okay, so when I first saw this, it looked like it was right in front of the bridge. So I was like, oh no, that's not good. So the good news is that, the new star path will be coming in about a couple of weeks. And we should be able to go and, set up talking to a bunch of the characters. I usually talk to them a lot more than this. So I'm trying to get my schedule filled with videos. So I'm trying to work on that, and I was also trying to work on little things like my story. Actually, that's a really big thing. But so I was worried that Ethan and Krista weren't in part of the story, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, yeah, they are. So it was like, oh, okay, we're good. It just seemed a little anticlimactic when that happened, though, because I was like, really? They were the whole time? And then I had a question, about it, so I'm like, why? Why did I have a question about this if it clearly says that Ethan got put in the brig, So, when it finally comes out on Amazon, you'll have to read it and find out. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is
Greetings,
Tangled,
neighbor.
yep. Okay. Shining Mirror. Ooh.
Goodbye now. Toodaloo.
Yet another
Greetings,
Monsters
neighbor.
Inc. funky toilet. Really?
Bye-bye.
It's okay though. Like I said, I'm
Hello.
hoping that they link it to where we can all white double drawer counter with black marble top. I'm hoping that they'll link it to where we can all
Bye-bye
go
now.
and visit each other's
Good day, dear.
valleys. Not necessarily have to do stuff in other people's valleys, though. Mint and vanilla candy tile flooring.
Aye!
You know, like, usually those kind of
Goodbye
games, they
now.
go
Toodaloo.
and you have to
Greetings, neighbour.
do like 3 things on their farm or something like that. And hula lamp. What about that?
Bye-bye.
And then it ends up,
greetings,
oh
neighbour.
my gosh, what do I have to do today? Holographic barstool. But if
Thank you
we
kindly.
could gift stuff to
Hello.
other people, because we've got, you know, like 6
Oh.
hula lamps, let's say,
Thank you kindly.
it would be nice.
Good day to you.
Floor wall sconce. Encanto. Floor roll wall sconce. Encanto.
Ho-ho! Bye-bye.
Hopes if I read it right. Okay, so I always go this way. Okay, so there used to be like fancy dresses, fancy outfits here, and now there's nothing. There's been clothes here, and now nothing. There's been like socks, jewelry, hairdos. Hi, Eric. Okay, that's
Greetings,
probably
neighbor.
not good to flirt with. Alright, to have
Bye-bye now.
pirate flirt with
Good day to you. Woo! Woohoo!
Ariel's husband because of the fact
Goodbye
that
now. Toodaloo.
her dad
Greetings, neighbour.
has that Triton, and all she has to do is set it up to where he can get into the valley,
Thank
and
you kindly.
he could blast me in a million pieces.
Good day to you. Ho-ho! Goodbye now. Toodaloo.
That would be fun. Have King Triton in the water, or have King Triton have a talisman necklace thing like she does, and I don't know what we would have as maybe another shell. I don't know. What are you two doing? Oh, so you were running over here. Wait, can we talk? Need any help? Hey, Pirate, you know Goofy, right? Yeah, we're friends. He seems like a nice guy. I'd like to get to know him better. I'd be great. Let's try this again. It'd be great to make some more friends around the village. Does he have any hobbies I could talk to him about? Goofy likes fishing. Fishing, huh? I can work with that. Thanks, Pirate.
See ya.
So, where did Anna go? Anna was just here. There she goes.
Wow, am I happy to see you.
Do you have a
Oh.
question? What's your favorite kind of sandwich? See, I'm gonna say bacon lettuce tomato,
Oh.
but it's really bacon lettuce and olive. Ooh, that sounds good. I kind of want one of those right now. I've been thinking a lot about sandwiches lately. Sometimes when you share a love for something fantastic, like sandwiches, with a horrible person, it can ruin that thing. You try to enjoy sandwiches and find yourself thinking about that horrible ex-fiance or person. And what do you do then? Keep eating sandwiches.
Right.
Exactly. I won't let anyone ruin sandwiches for me. So technically we could go around and talk to everybody, but that would make it a really long video. There's 4 of them. Where did there he goes. Okay. I think I came up with there he goes because Ben and Sam. Sorry, I lost my mind for a minute there. Ben and Sam are both black cats. Okay. I haven't seen that movie either. I think Encanto is the last one in the row. Oh, here it is. Oh, we already had it. Dang it. Floral wall sconce. Okay. I don't like that. It should be right above the door, in my opinion. Okay, what is the Chandelier of the Deep? So I'm gonna see if this manta ray thing here is it. So we got some more furniture apparently today. Okay, we got mint and vanilla, candy tile flooring for Wreck-It Ralph. Shining mirror for Tangled. So we gotta go find the floor with the frozen stuff. Oh, Finding Nemo. Okay. But it said we got the, okay, the thing of the deep. So those are the only two things we've gotten from Incredibles, and I think that's a little weird. Okay, so I think that thing's gonna be the thing for the deep is gonna be probably Little Mermaid. No. So I guess we need to figure it out. What the name of it was. Because I'm not seeing it at all. It was something I had in my inventory. Oh. It's not in there either. Doesn't sound like it would be something that would be... And it's not. Wally. Huh. I'm gonna have to look. Because usually if there's something that we... You know, usually if there's something that's in your inventory, then it could... I mean, it's also in here somewhere. But I'm not seeing it. I just saw it. I was looking at it going, you know, I was looking at it, wondering when we got that. Oh, it was a light thing. If I remember correctly, because we went in lights. Yeah, Chandelier of the Deep. But I didn't see it. Okay. So now that we know it starts with a C for chandelier, we should be able to go here and only look at the C's. Chandelier. So C-H-A. That says checkerboard. That one doesn't even have a C. Neither does that. That has caution cone and clamped side table, but no chandelier of the deep. And this one has circular rocky pool and coconut beverage, coconut setting, conch shell, cooking fire pit, coral shells, and rock pillar, but no chandelier of the deep. That's just got cheese poster, no chandelier. Coat hanger and cushioned seat, but no chandelier. It's got a whole bunch of C's and no chandeliers. No C's. Chandelier. Really don't remember seeing it. No chandelier. So that's got a chandelier, but no chandelier of the deep, specifically. The only thing I could think of is maybe it's a... See, it's got cozy couch and cute nightstand, but no chandelier of the deep. No C's. Coffee table, coffee cart, colorful L-shaped couch, but no chandelier. The other one, Stitch, wasn't really fancy enough to have a chandelier. Okay, she doesn't have a chandelier. I would think that the chandelier would have went with the manta ray mobile, but... Oh. Manta ray mobile. Oh, okay. It's just miscellaneous. Wow. Okay. Seems a little weird, but... Okay, so we still need 56 more coconuts. We need 500 more remove small night thorns. And at 10 apiece... Oi! So 10 apiece, that's 500 days? Wait, 10 apiece. No, that doesn't sound right. 50 days? I don't know. Okay. So, we've done everything that we need to do. We've gotten the night thorns. We went around and got all the dream fruit. We did not figure out my sister's problem. Don't know why she's having a problem. Wait, what do I got? Yeah, okay. I really don't know why she's having a problem. Because she said there's no shells on the beach. She needs shrimp. If I could, I would totally gift her that shrimp and help her out on that one. Oyster. Okay. And that's a clam. So it should be over here? Yeah. Oh. Okay. So that suddenly reminded me of, oh, be quiet, or something like that. On Happiest Millionaire. I'll just put this in here. Oh, well, if I'm going to feed the animals, I need to do that, but... I'll do that in another video. Anyway. So... She was upset because her fiancé wasn't spending as much time with her as... you know, as he used to before they got engaged. And it's because their families, you know... both their families wanted them to have it in their hometown. So, like, okay, his name was Ange. Oh, well, it's Angier Duke. And I cannot think for the life of me what her name was. I don't know. Wish I could. But anyway, and, anyway, so Ange's mom wanted him to have the wedding in New York. And her family wanted them to have the wedding in Philadelphia. So they're having the wedding reception, and her future mother-in-law said something that wasn't very nice. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but you know, like, it could have been, he sounds horrible and he needs to stop singing. But he doesn't sound horrible. He sounds, you know, he sings well. That's not the one. That's the one. Anyway, but she said something that wasn't very nice. So she goes, "You should try the sour pickles." There was more to it than that, but, I think sour pickles are dill pickles, but I don't know. Anyway, so she went into the conservatory, you know, she's crying because she's all upset, and just a moment. Okay, I'm back. That's not what I meant. Oops. I meant to do that. Okay, so anyway, so she's crying, and then her dad keeps 12 alligators. And the biggest one, he was probably just... Ooh, photo booth. I already have that, but still, really awesome. Her dad keeps alligators. So, the biggest one, George, he was probably saying something comforting. You know, saying, "Oh, cheer up," or something like that. And she goes, "Oh, shut up." Or something like that. So, yeah. Anyway, I like that movie. It's by Disney. It's got Fred McMurray in it and Leslie Ann Warren. Pretty sure the other people in that movie were famous at the time too, but those are the only two I actually know. Although the guy that plays the younger brother totally looks like... Oh, I forgot to do this. Yeah, okay, modern... Oh, no, I did this. Modern and strong. Okay. I noticed that on my husband's file, it's totally different. He's supposed to be doing a different one. Not the one that I'm supposed to do. So if I had to buy moonstones, this is how much they are. Just saying. I'm hoping I don't, though. I'm hoping that I get enough that I can do what I need to do. Of course, right now, like I said, I've got 3,920, which, okay, so going on my phone real quick to use the calculator. 3,920 minus 3,750. Oh, so I got 170 toward the next star path if I want to be able to get both. Dang it. But at least I have that much. I'm good. So, I did get some new picture pieces. I don't see, I've got really memory pieces when cooking. Okay. So maybe I will stop this video and start another one where I have, cooking. Because I said I was going to do that, and I didn't really have a good way to do that before. So now I can. I can't remember which one I got most recently. Oh, I know I got that piece right here. That piece. I was very surprised to get that because I have not gotten any of those pieces. I think I got a new piece for this one. So I'm down to 4 on that one. I would love to get this. Just need 2 more pieces. That's one of my favorite parts, except for that, you know, the sheep does eat the corner of the page. So it's like, you know, and it looks like a pretty large piece. So there might be words on that page. Yeah, it's a picture on one side, but it's, you know, probably words on the other. This is the only one that I have all the way done. On the, you know, with this set. And I still have not figured out. Oh, watering flowers, that's why. But every time I start watering flowers, it freezes up. So I don't want to do that. Find exclusive memory pieces when removing small night thorns. That's Wreck-It Ralph talking to the Google type thing. And then two people talking on cars, just in case you don't know what that is. So it won't mean a dang thing right now, but somebody that I was considering watching, Jade Mist, is streaming right now. Thank you! Most of the time I try to say thank you if if I hear that the mailman has dropped off the mail. Okay, so that's the finish line over there, and it looks like the 2 cars, I think Penelope and somebody, or maybe 2 other people, I have no idea. I haven't watched that movie enough to remember, but, are racing toward the finish line, and, or is that the one where Penelope wasn't in the running yet? I don't know. So, I've gotten a lot of this one done. I should have probably made this a different video. A separate video. I'm hoping that one of these days I can get this one done. So fishing. Okay, something I don't like doing very much, but I do it every once in a while. Find exclusive memory pieces when mining. Oh, so if I mine, I'll get this last piece. Maybe. Okay, this one's missing 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. And then we'll have the pumpkin carriage. Watering. We don't know what that is yet. Okay. That's watering flowers. Oh, what was this again? Feeding critters. Okay, I usually do that a lot. Find exclusive memories when cooking. Okay. Well, we'll be doing a lot of cooking, I think, later. The Circle of Life picture. I definitely have that one. Then there's... Oh, I don't know what this is. Good question. Okay, that one's for cooking. This one's for removing small night thorns. I wonder if we're gonna, like, get up to the point where we don't need to pull night thorns anymore, and we're not gonna have them to pull anymore, or if we're still gonna have them to pull. You know, I don't know. Is it gonna be like we get to that point where we have all the night thorns pulled, and then we're just not gonna have them anymore? Or what? Because we still have these find exclusive memory pieces when removing small night thorns. I don't know. Oh, so I had the calculator open. Okay, so we've got 500 divided by 10. Yeah, 50 days. So if I did it every day, it'd be 50 days. So, 2 months. About 2 months. And I've been trying. I really have. Then for... Where'd it go? There we go. For this one, feed critters. And I believe that is Simba this time. Might be Mufasa, but I think it's Simba. And 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces are missing. Although I could have sworn that Simba had twins. I don't know. I can't remember. Find exclusive memory pieces when watering flowers. So I'm going to have to watch that one. Because that's something that's been kind of bugging me. Because I know he's got Kiara. But I remember there being 2 babies. I don't know. So, find exclusive memory pieces when fishing. That's this one. See, I was gonna say a part of your world. But no, that's when she's singing to him and he's on the shore passed out. And then I was thinking Under the Sea, but that doesn't work either because that's when, darling is wetter, better down where it's wetter. Take it from me, that part. So that's not this either. But there's a song in here. And then, wait, how many pieces am I missing over here? Oh, a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one's missing 1, 2, 3, 4. That's when she's singing a part of your world. And that's when she's trying to check on him, but she thinks that you need to check his feet instead of his heart. And then she goes, oh, he's breathing. Yay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces missing. Okay, so this one's cooking. This one's digging. Well, I don't do digging very often, so we probably need to do one daily grind video where we're trying to get the memory pieces. Fishing. Remove night thorns. See that one? Oh, yeah. Okay, so the piece with the green fins, that is the piece that we got recently. And we're still missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this one we got all together. This is Kiss the Girl. And I kind of wish that he'd been able to kiss the girl. I mean, you know, it's not always love at first sight. So you wouldn't normally just, you know, go up and kiss the guy like that. You know, knowing him, what, just a few hours? Okay, so there's 2 pieces missing here. That's, of course, her singing her Hakuna Matata song. Everybody gave Simba flack because Hakuna Matata. And, well, partly because that's not what it meant. Or not exactly what it meant. Okay, so we get that from mining. So yeah, we're gonna try to do another video after this. Fishing. I like that scene. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is missing here. Well, if that's Kristoff. I'm pretty sure it is, but it does kind of look like it could be Hans. If it's Hans, I don't like that scene. Oh, well, if these are all from number 2, well, they can't be, never mind. So this is obviously missing a lot of pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ugh. And if I can ever do watering without freezing up, we can get that one. And then this is also Let It Go, and that's feeding critters. So we're gonna have to have a, you know, feeding critters, talking to all the characters, mining, watering flowers, cooking, you know, all that stuff. I'm going to do a separate video for cooking because I said I was going to do that and I haven't done that yet. I think part of it is I didn't like the way I was recording before. So here is the only picture I have all the pieces to. And he, you know, he's singing in summer, you know, and Kristoff is like, somebody's got to tell him, don't you dare. Yeah, I love that movie. Of course, I really like Tangled. That's I think Tangled is my #1 favorite at the moment. Because with Frozen, lately I keep getting angry at her parents for, you know, telling, you know, basically she's different, you know. She's different from everybody else. And they're telling her, you know, shut yourself away, you know, well, we're going to hide you're different and, you know, we're going to treat you different because of it because, you know, we don't like that. And it's like, that's not what you do. You embrace the different, you know? You try to find a way to, like, you know, she could have been chilling wine for them. I don't believe in drinking, but, you know, she could have been doing that. She could have been, you know, making the ice rink like she did at the end of the movie. You know, there's all kinds of neat things that she could have been doing. But no, they decided to treat her different because she's got the frozen powers. So this is the only one I have that's This is the only one that's finished. My headset keeps dying. And I don't know why, because it's... Yeah. It's like, say, 75% full. Just checked it. Okay, so find exclusive memory pieces when watering flowers. This is obviously a scene with Rapunzel, but I can't tell you what. Looks like maybe they just walked into the Snuggly Duckling. Maybe. It's just a guess. Because, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces in the way of finding out. This is when she's got the chalk and she's drawing that right there. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces left. Oh yeah, and that's one of the places. So watering flowers, cooking. That's one of the parts with the music that I really love. Feeding critters and removing small night thorns. So feeding critters, I've only got one more piece. They usually feed the critters all the time, so that shouldn't be a big problem. And then there's... Oh, this is one with the lanterns. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 pieces left. It's one of my favorite scenes. Although, again, I wish I would have been able to kiss. She wouldn't have been left in terrible agony. Am I a good kisser, or does he even like me? You know, because... Oh, with this one I've got 2. Okay, so this one, feed critters, I'm missing 2. That's a big factory. I just realized that. That's a huge factory. Of course, it also looks like, go and start at one end and, make a truck ramp thing. Looks like it would be really fun to drive on. If you're into that kind of thing. So that's feeding critters. I'm done with this one. That's when they're walking out to the scare floor. And then there's this one. I don't know. I don't remember is more like it. I don't remember. I don't remember that part. Maybe that's at the beginning, he's doing his, scary calisthenics or something. And he's going, roar! Kid's asleep, roar! And kid's not asleep, and, hide, or whatever it was. I haven't seen that movie enough either. It's pretty good, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 pieces missing here. And I thought for the longest time that this was Treasure Planet, but it's all those doors. So I have a silly question now that I think about it. Okay, so the parents have a kid, and that kid gets to that kid gets too old to believe in monsters anymore, or get scared by them or whatever, and so they shred the door. Well, if they go and move to a different room, and little brother moves into that room, are they gonna get bugged by monsters? Or the door is shredded, so it's not a thing anymore? You know? Weird things I think of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's missing 5. And I'm thinking the one... Okay. Oh, yeah, you can see it too. Okay, so, the one right there by Sully's hand, paw, whatever you want to call it, and it says Toy Story 2 out of 5 right there. Anyway, that one's going to show the person who lives in that room. And we got to find out by fishing. Okay, so then I've got this one. I don't remember which movie this is. I think it's Toy Story 3. I did not like Toy Story 3 and therefore refused to watch Toy Story 4. And it's all because of I didn't like the purple teddy bear. Not because he's purple, I just didn't like his attitude. And also, I did not like that Andy didn't hold on to his toys. But, like, what was he supposed to do? Take him to college with him? That wouldn't have worked. Put him in the attic. Yeah, they can play by themselves, but they wouldn't have anybody to play with. Except for, technically, they could have been played with by the little sister, but I guess she was too old by then, too. So, you know, how's that work out? Anyway, but, you know, he gave away his toys. So, you know, like somebody obviously, okay, remove small night thorns. Somebody obviously took care to save Woody all those years. And so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pieces again. Missing from that one. Oh, that's removing small night thorns. Watering flowers. I obviously have not watered flowers half enough. And like I said lately, every time I do, it freezes up. Well, if I do more than one. Although I did one yesterday and it froze up, so. Bonnie and Woody. And where's Woody's at? Okay, I guess I need to watch that one more time. Maybe. So it looks like she's having a cheeseburger with jelly beans on it. Or is it a toy? I don't know. Because it kind of looks like a toy burger, but on the other hand, maybe it's just shiny because it's computer generated. I don't know. But anyway, that's the only one I have the whole thing of. And I don't know who that is. Could be Andy. But I don't see why Woody would be up there on his shoulder like that, so. This one's missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now I have all except for 2 pieces to this one. Oh, that's funny. The top one, it says making friends. That's cool. Of course, I was at the top of that triangle where it says making friends. Looks like somebody in a boat. I don't know. It was probably Woody, but it looked like somebody in a boat. Yeah, Woody. Okay. That's pretty neat. Anyway, so we can get this by fishing. This one by watering flowers. We only have 1 yellow piece. I don't know. Might be the beach. It might be Scrooge's money? We have no idea. Okay, so this is obviously Daisy on a date with somebody. We'll find out. 2 pieces missing. And we can get it by mining. Find exclusive memory pieces when cooking for this one. So somebody in a trench coat in some kind of money and jewels. But we don't know. And then feeding critters should get us the last 2 pieces here. Do I have all the pieces? No, I'm missing 1. Okay, so this one cooking, this one removing small night thorns, this one fishing. That's kind of appropriate. Feeding critters and mining, so I don't have any of those. The whole thing of... Oh, okay, that's the end. So, so I think that's weird, because I've got 925 out of 842. Where is the other 58 plus 25? 58 plus 25, 75... Wait. Okay. 58 plus 20 is 78. Plus 5 would be 83. Where's the other 83? I don't know. And then out of furniture sets, I've got 680 out of 1,573. I don't even think I have half. How'd that happen? Well, there was a bunch of days when I didn't buy everything in Scrooge's shop, so I may have missed out on something or something. So I'm missing 30 things on Mickey and Friends. They'll come up eventually. Oh, I'm missing 7 things on Disney. I'm missing 8 things on Sword in the Stone. Oh, I'm missing 2 things that are Dreamlight Valley exclusive. Interesting. 20 things for Wally. Oh, I can't do that math fast. Okay. 2 less than 2018. For Moana. Ew, that's gonna be a good question. 14 for Ratatouille. 27 for Beauty and the Beast. Okay, so there are 16. No, 26. Yeah, 26 sounds better. For Wreck-It Ralph. 38 I'm missing for Cinderella. Okay. That's a lot. I'm only missing 6 plus 3 is 9 for Lion King. What am I missing? Okay, okay, so 4 brings it up to 30. 4 and 13 is 17. $33 more things. 33 more things for Frozen. 33. Oi. Okay. 15 and 15 is 30. So... $14? Wait, no. 14 would be 30. So... 19? Something like that. For Tangled. Okay, my brain does not want to do math. 9 for Monsters, Inc., though. Oh, too many to count for Toy Story. I'm just gonna go too many to count on Lilo and Stitch. Okay, Ancient Civilization. We've got 0 out of 0. But if it's 0 out of 0, then how come it's listed? Good question. We got 2 things out of 2 things for Incredibles, so we're missing nothing. Hercules only has 1 thing so far, so we're missing nothing. Coco has 3 out of 3, so we're missing nothing. Cars has 2 out of 2, so we're missing nothing. Lightyear has 2 out of 2. Up has 2 out of 2. Sleeping Beauty has 1. Snow White has 1 out of 2. What am I missing? Oh no! And then Encanto has 11 more things. Ooh, Princess and the Frog. Maybe that's something that we're getting soon. Or sometime this year. Anyway, we've got 0 out of 1. So there's probably like a 1 of 1,000 chance or something like that we could get that one thing. I have no idea. Finding Nemo, we got the 1 out of 1. Manta Ray Mobile. Turning Red, we got 2 out of 5. So we actually have 3 things though. We have the Red Panda onesie and we got those 2 statues. But the Red Panda onesie doesn't count in this. And then Inside Out, we have 2 out of 2. We have the Memory Display Partition and Quirky Retro Couch. I put that display partition against the wall though. Elemental, I still haven't seen that. 3 out of 3. All-terrain scooter, circular embossed metal fireplace, drop pillar. We've got all that. We have nothing out of Big Hero 6. There's 4 things, and I don't have it. And then there's 779 things in non-Disney related, and I only have 259 of them. Wow, so I'm missing like 520? Wow. So, yeah. Okay, but I've got all 24 gems. I've got all 190 meals. So, if I make a video, and I will be doing the 41 appetizers in one video. The 85 entree, oh, maybe I'll have to split these up. 85 entrees in another video, or 2 or 3. Depends on how long it takes to explain or make them. And then 64 desserts. Oi. So like maybe 3 rows at a time? I don't know. I may just go through them and go, okay, this is what you need to make this, and this is what you need to make that, and, you know, and let you see that, you know, this is made with that, and then that's made with slush ice, and, oh, that doesn't show what to make slush ice with. It's probably because there's people that haven't made slush ice yes, slush ice yet, like my sister. So anyway, oh, and I don't know if some people will be able to do spring mimosa and spring egg bowl, because you need the spring eggs that aren't here anymore. And I really want to know what went, I mean, you know, what's up with the picture here. Coconut boba tea does not have a picture anymore. Used to look vaguely like that. Just a slightly different color. I think they accidentally made it this color, and so it's blending in. I don't know. That's just a theory I just came up with. So, anyway. And then, you know, of course, ingredients. I may not do that one, because spoiler alert, but doing the recipes would be spoiler alert too, so if you're like new to the game. Anyway, I got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm only missing one fish, and I'm hoping they come around at Christmas time. Festive fugu. At Christmas time, I did not know how to fish for fugu. I actually learned that pretty recently. Maybe in June. It might have been before that, but, you know, I did not know. You know, it might have been May or April, but, I did not know how to fish for fugu for the longest time, so every time I can, I go over there. Okay, not here today. Yeah, the rarer ones are like never here. So I'm gonna have to look it up and see if maybe one of the websites has when those rare animals will be there, because I don't know. And every time I look, they seem to be no. I haven't done large blue chest. Well, I don't really need a large blue chest. I mean, I do need one of them, I guess, because of the blueberries, but that would be like the only reason why I need a large blue chest. But it is on the list to make, so. Anyway, there's all kinds of neat things in here. So, slight spoiler alert for you. Merlin, Wally, Stitch, Vanellope, Maui, Moana, Remy, Nala, Scar, Simba. Why they did it that way, I will never know. Maybe they did it in order. Oh, no, alphabetical. Yeah, okay, never mind. Ariel, Prince Eric, Ursula, Anna, Elsa, Kristoff, Olaf, Mother Gothel, Donald Duck, Goofy, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Scrooge McDuck, Buzz Lightyear, Woody. I'm hoping they bring Daisy, by the way. The Fairy Godmother, Mirabelle. I think that's kind of funny. We got the Fairy Godmother before we got the main character, Cinderella. Oh, Mirabelle's the last one. Okay. Oh, Mirabelle wants fruit salad, gray stuff, and orange and red marsh milkweed. Anyway, we already looked at the I've got a silly question before I finish out this video. No, of course I don't have a fruit salad. Fruit salad! Yummy, yummy. Sorry. That was a Wiggles thing. So I want to go through... Yeah, I want to go through and make another video where we do all this weird grindy stuff where we're trying to get the memory orbs. So I hope that you are having a great day. And please know that you are enough and that there's no problem you cannot solve or handle, even school and work. And I'll see you in the next video. I got